What's up? It's your girl MK, and you are tuned in to another episode of Chick Chat. Today we got Brandon from Star Factory with us. So for
What's going on,
any
everybody?
so for anybody who doesn't know what Star Factory is, give them some info, like about everything.
Star Factory is basically just a place for artists to come and help launch their career. So if you need development, which most every artist does, so that's vocal training, that's performance training, that's helping you write your songs, studio time, we do all that good stuff. And then we also help you with your brand and help you launch all of your campaigns and things of that nature. So everything it takes to get an artist from point A to point Z, we do.
So basically, Star Factory and Brandon are the GOAT.
Thank
So,
you.
all right. So we're gonna get into that a little more later on. So here we like to have our dessert first, then we have our dinner. So basically, we're gonna get into the goods, then we're gonna talk business.
Okay.
All right, so I'm excited to have you here for a number of reasons. So first, me and Brandon go way back, and we also birthday twins. So I feel like, we understand each other a little better.
Oh, shoot, I forgot that.
Yep.
Oh, snap.
And then also
That's a gang. Let's go.
and then also we making history because you're the oldest person that we've had on the show.
Okay.
All right. So to jump into the show. So I know I've heard a lot that like guys, they want to settle down once they've, like been around the block, they know some things, they're tired of running around and they just want to settle down. So do you think that that's true? Because I know that you got married really young, 10 years, you've been married for 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, congratulations, by the way, on your anniversary a couple months ago.
Thank you.
But yeah, so what do you think about that?
I mean, it's hard to speak for all guys just because I don't feel like all guys are the same at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of my friends, we all have a lot of similarities, but we also are all very different in certain ways. So, from my experience, I don't even like me getting married was a blur. I don't even remember how that even happened because number one, I married her within 6 months of meeting
Mm-hmm.
her.
Yeah, you guys
Before
met on
that,
Twitter, right?
yeah, met her on Twitter. And literally before I met her, I didn't have one thought about marriage. Marriage was not a thought in my head, not at all. Now, when I was younger, that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted to be married. I wanted to find that one. But you know what I'm saying? After some years, I just gave up hope on that. And it was just all, just career driven. And I never really thought about marriage again. So I don't feel like it was ever a point where I was just like, all right, I did my thing and I'm ready. It just
Right.
kind of, for me, it just kind of just happened. But I don't, I don't think there is a point where a guy feels like he done did everything he needs to do. I feel like if he has that mentality, he's going to keep that mentality once he gets married, because most dudes, even like myself, we don't fully understand what marriage is. Mm-hmm. Marriage is a full lifetime spiritual commitment that is it's through good and bad. And most people, I just think most people are just used to that dynamic of when things ain't working out, you just can dip out,
right.
But that's not what marriage is. I mean, of course it happens a lot, a lot of marriages end in divorce, but yeah, I don't know if I even answer your question, but I don't think that there is a point that a guy just feels like, yeah, I'm ready. I think there is a woman where a guy feels like he wants to be with her and he can see himself being with her for the long run. But I don't think there is a point. It's just a person. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. But so okay, so you guys met on Twitter, she moved to Detroit and then you got married. So what was that conversation like? Like did y'all talk about marriage before she got there or she just got there and you were like, marry me?
Yeah, no, we kind of had like we kind of knew. It was just like a thing where we just knew, you know? And so within 2 months we already knew.
Mhm.
And we was already kind of like half joking about it, but kind of, and we kind of was both serious about it. Um, and so by the time I proposed, it wasn't even a surprise to her. She already like it was already like going down. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so yeah, like she moved here 4 days before the wedding, but yeah, like we was already locked in like by the third month.
Oh wow. Oh, I love that. Okay. All right. So speaking, generally, so like in situations where people, like decide they want to settle down or even like just get into a relationship and commit to somebody, it's always like things that you need to clean up. Do you feel like people should just cut them off? Like, say if somebody is talking to a couple people not seriously and then they decide to settle down with this one person, do they need to have a conversation with those people? Or do you think it's best to just fade it out, just drop off the face of the earth?
So you saying, is it respectable to like cut these people off, like let them know you're cutting them off?
Yeah, or just you
Is
just
that what
fade
you're
out,
asking?
never talk to them. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think it's respectable if that's what you're going to do, because especially like if you just get into a regular relationship, like not a marriage, then it's the respectable thing to do if these are your people, if like you really consider them friends.
Hmm.
Um, which we can, that's a whole nother topic, guy and girl friendships, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But um yeah, because if this doesn't work out, then at least you have that respect with that person where you kind of was just like, hey, I gotta, I'm trying to respect my relationship right now, yada yada yada. At least you might be able to like hit them up back when, if it doesn't work out, and they still have some level of respect for you. Whereas if you just fade out, then you just cut that person off for life,
Right.
for this one person that you was with that just might not work out.
I like to fade out.
I
But
don't
I
know.
think I think too, it depends because like some, like you said, if you feel like you might want to come back or like y'all have a good relationship, but some people probably you don't owe a conversation to.
So you must be talking about just guys you was talking to.
Yeah. Not
I
like
thought you were talking about like friends, like,
no, no, no. I'm talking about like you're in situations like you're dating and then
oh, well,
and
not,
then you make
oh,
your pick,
well,
you make your choice at the end.
I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you let them, if you're the type that just like to fade out, then that means that you really was serious about this guy. You ain't see nothing on the other side of this guy that you was about to jump into it with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But I think guys, I think a guy is always going to think about the future, like this might not work out. So um let me, let me just let you know what's
keep
going
some
on.
options. Hmm.
I mean, let me just let you know, you know what I'm saying? Let
Right.
me just let you know what's going on. I'm about to jump into this. But and the only reason, I mean, I have faded out before, but it was because I just don't think they was going to be able to handle what I was saying. Like,
Right.
like, oh well, what she got that I don't. Right. That's a good point.
I give you a list.
I'm not trying to answer that right now, so I'll holler at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you put quotation marks around girl and boy relationships. So I always wonder, like, for guys and men, like, who do y'all talk to about stuff? Like, for me, for instance, as a girl, like, I'm gonna go to my girlfriends, or I'll even go to my guy friends and talk to them, like, this is going on. What do you say about this? But like for guys, do y'all talk to anybody or you just keep it in?
Um, I mean, we talk to each other, but
It's like the blind leading the blind
it
a little bit.
it's like, we don't, especially when you're young.
Mhm.
Two young early 20s dudes are not going to be talking to each other about their relationship problems. And if
Right.
they are, it's real brief. It's like she tripping, da, 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 you know what I'm saying? It's not like, nah. So yeah, most dudes don't really have an outlet to like talk about their frustrations, which is why male and female friendships are dangerous, because if you have a female friend, that's 9 times out of 10 gonna be the person that's gonna be willing to listen to you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Yeah.
if she got all the inside scoop, and if she got any kind of attraction to this guy, she got all the keys to be able to manipulate it now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up because I feel like it's best for you to talk to somebody, like for a guy to talk to a girl because she knows, but it's also, like you said, it's dangerous. So I think talk to your sister, your mama. Like that's what I would tell like guys my age. Like you should talk to your mother or
Hmm.
another woman figure in your life.
Definitely.
All right. So when it comes to like the initial part of dating, like the first, couple months, maybe even the first couple weeks, what are some things you think are okay to like withhold, like information to withhold?
Shoot, it's been so long since I dated. I don't know. Um, like I'm a pretty straightforward person.
Mhm.
Um, and I kind of, if I'm dating somebody, I'm not just like, I've always dated to see, you know what I'm saying, like if you could be my girl, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna just keep it real up front. I don't feel like it's not too many things I need to withhold, but maybe you can give me examples on stuff because
What about like finances? Like when do you think that should be discussed? Because obviously people not sitting down on the first date, like, okay, this is how much money I have. This is my credit score.
um yeah, I mean, no, that's not really not anybody's business, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But I when I used to date, I never had money, so it never was really a thing. But if you know what I'm saying, like if I had money, yeah, I probably wouldn't disclose that. Either
Mhm.
way, if I'm broke, it's nothing to even talk about. And if I
Right.
got money, then I don't want you, knowing all of that yet. Because I
Right.
want you to, you know what I'm saying, like be into me and not into, my pockets.
But what if somebody has like terrible credit? Because to me, that shows like you're not a responsible person. And then, like you said, you dating with intention. So you like, I'm dating you with the intention that we might be married one day, and I'm gonna take on your credit.
I don't I think that's an assumption that could be in error, because I had terrible credit. And
Mhm.
I was not an irresponsible person. I was a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a dream and I put it all on the line for my dream. And my credit took a huge hit because of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but I mean, when you just dating, like if you, yeah, I'll tell you. If you want to know if my credit is 530 and you want to know that, go ahead with that piece of information. But it's gonna be a whole lot of other things. If you judge me off of that number, it's gonna be a whole lot of other things that you miss out on because of, your judgment on what you feel like credit can be or what it can't be. It's important,
Mhm.
but sometimes it's like you when you on a come up, you certain things you gotta risk in order to get where you gotta go. So credit was one of them things where I just could not stress myself out about when I was coming up.
I feel you. Yeah, especially like my age, like people 20, 22, like we're not really into that type of thing just yet. But I would think that if I'm dating and I'm 40, I hope I'm not still dating when I'm 40, but if I am, I would be like, what's your credit score? Because if you 40 and your credit is messed up, then I feel like
No, I
that's a
give you
little
that. I give
conversation.
you that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about like past? Like some people like to know, okay, why did you break up with the last person you were with? What happened, whatever. But some people don't like to know. Do you think that's like a thing to withhold? Because is
Yeah.
anybody ever gonna really tell the truth and be like, yeah, it was my fault, I cheated on her, or I cheated on him?
Um, I mean, I've told girls that before.
Mm,
I was like, yeah, I cheated on her, but if I'm not a cheater, but if so when I did cheat, it was because I had absolutely zero feelings for this girl, like, and I
mm,
ain't had no business being with her, and you know what I'm saying? It was just like, so I mean, I feel like, if you are dating for marriage, then you're basically are like looking for a best friend, you know what I'm saying?
mm,
And your best friend, you should be able to tell most things too. So I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's too many secrets that, and this was my mentality going into marriage. Now my mentality now is a little different because it's certain things that I wish I had not told my wife because it just made the road way more rocky, and especially since we were basically dating while married. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Um, so yeah, I mean, yeah, like, but my mentality was like, yo, I'm telling you everything. And I told everything. So
That's funny. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, to me, I feel like I always tell people if you're dating someone or you're like if you're in a relationship with someone, because dating and relationship is different, but if you're in a relationship with someone, then I do feel like you should be able to be vulnerable with that person, or you probably shouldn't be with them.
yeah. And I'll just say that like the day I got married, like literally like that day, I just was like sitting there looking in the sky like, I've been single this whole time. All them like none of them relationships mattered at that point. None of them.
Mhm.
It's like I just was like, dang, you single until you married. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So whether you talking, whether you dating, whether you in a relationship, that junk becomes so insignificant when you finally meet that one and when you just, you know what I'm saying, you take it to that level. So yeah, I would take stuff way less serious now if I could go back in time.
Mhm.
Just because it's like, yo, these things was just bumps in the road, you know?
So like how did you decide, or like how did y'all make that decision together that you like, okay, like we want to take this step? Because that's scary. Like you said, to think about the fact that you are about to spend the rest of your life with someone. To me, that's a scary decision to make.
It was just a feeling. We both feel like God told us it was time.
Mhm.
And it was just a lot of like coincidences and signs and all of that stuff. It just happened because she wasn't my type. I wasn't her type, but it just happened. It just was, like I said, it was a blur.
Mhm.
I look back and I don't even really, I can't tell you from me tweeting her for the first time to us walking down that aisle. I remember very few moments in between that. You know what I'm saying? Like as to how it actually got to that level.
Mhm.
It just happened. So
Well, I feel like that's the best thing when you be like, how did we even get here? Okay, so in relationships, I feel like a lot of people they get comfortable even within like 6 months. So like being married for 10 years, what's some things that you feel like you do for your wife to make her feel like, like I still care? Or like what's some things vice versa that she may do for you, make you, like feel special?
I mean, you just gotta know what that person is into, you know.
Like love languages.
Um, yeah. Like I feel like I seen some comedian say this yesterday. It might have been Little Duval, but he was like he put a water bottle in the
I
freezer for
was
his
just about to
girl.
say that.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be little stuff like that for real though. It's like
Yeah,
just knowing what your partner likes and just it's like all the small things add up,
right.
like the big thing like a gift or like a big trip for like, yeah, that's cool and that's necessary in times, but it's really the small things that keep it connected, you know. So um just knowing your partner and continuing to know them, because we are different people every year. It's like, you know, if
Mhm.
you knew me last year and we haven't talked since last year, I'm a whole nother person.
Right.
So, you know, you just got to keep learning your spouse over the years.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's interesting you say that because I'm sure y'all are different people than y'all was 10 years ago, than y'all was 5 years ago. So
Definitely.
okay, so we like 20 minutes in, so I just got one more question. So I always wondered, like, when guys are married, do you feel like more women try to intentionally mess with married men, or they intentionally like flirt with married men knowing that they're married? Like, do you find women who know that you're married trying to flirt with you or throw themselves at you even though they know you have a wife?
Well, I know that's definitely a thing,
Hmm.
because I got married homies, and they tell me that definitely their stock rose once they put that ring on. But with me, is in my business, I deal with 80% women.
Hmm.
So I literally had to develop, and this was way before marriage. I had to develop a persona that I did not have them type of problems,
Hmm.
because I would not be in business if girls who like all these artists and I'm working with, and they be kind of half naked, if they just like were to try me, you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? It's just like, so my energy that I put out is like, it just sends a signal like, do not try that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try that. Like, I'm either way too silly with them, or I'm like way like an a-hole. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And that's the energy that I give off. And so I've really never had them problems. Like, I used to share office space with my boy, and like we was both light skinned. I feel like I look better than him. But like that's when I really noticed the difference, because he would like compliment the girls and he would say certain things, and I would notice that he like every girl that came in there was like trying to get him.
Hmm.
And I'm sitting there like, yo, what about me? But that's when I realized, yo, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? If I
Right.
if I like somebody, I want to be able to like say, hey, what's good.
Hmm.
But not I don't want everybody coming at me like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't have been good for my business. There's too much temptation. And
Hmm.
so when I got married, nothing changed. Like, it's like you either I mean, girl, I guess, yeah, you afraid to talk to me, or you just feel like I'm too silly to even waste your time with. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
So when it comes to your wife, are you like the jealous type?
not at all, because she doesn't give me like 1 ounce of a reason to be jealous.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain people that are gonna make you feel 100% secure. And I've never been an insecure person, but um yeah, like she doesn't give me any kind of reason to ever even feel that way at all. But I had a girl in the past where I was like, I'm a very insecure person in this relationship.
Hmm.
And then she was cheating. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like that feeling. I'm not saying the feeling is always right, but if you don't have that feeling, then that just means that your partner is really doing it, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing and making you feel secure. You know what I'm saying?
So you said you're not insecure, but do you feel like that was something that you had to grow into, or you've been like that since the beginning of your relationship?
No, I've been like that.
Mm.
I've been like that. It's That's just how it's been. It's never been a moment where I was just like, let me check your phone. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much really all I have for you. Um, Star Factory. So I know you have something coming up. You're doing like a new package or something. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's called the Ultimate Artist Development Pack, and it's an online, it's a digital pack for artists who want to develop themselves at home. Just because, you know, if I'm working with an artist one-on-one, 9 times out of 10, I'm meeting with them max 3 hours out of the 168 hours that are in a week. And
Mhm.
so that 3 hours is not even going to do enough for them to get to where they want to go. And so, you know, I developed a way for me to be in all of these artists' house, you know, to be able to see my messages on repeat, see the exercises and do the exercises on repeat, and then start developing that mentality of being an artist and the skills. And so it's 186 videos. They're super dope. And I've been working on it for over a year.
Oh wow,
Yeah. And it's going to be a game changer for sure.
that's dope for
Thank you.
real. Well, yeah, I've been following your journey, since I left Star Factory. And, I'm just proud of everything, especially like, you got something new coming up. You said you've been working on that for a year. I know that's gonna be dope. So just congratulations on everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
All right, well, that's pretty much all I have for you today. But this has been another episode of Chick Chat. I'm MK.
And I'm Brandon Smith.
And we'll chat again soon.